Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. It's been reported that 3/4 of all the councils in Britain, yes, 3/4 of them, are reporting a funding gap. That is to say, the difference between income and expenditure is, pretty big. This is due to £8 billion worth of funding cuts from central government to the councils. This is one of the reasons why, of course, council tax is going up so much. That and the fact that the councillors are, giving themselves huge pay rises, that needs to be addressed as well. But it does mean that some councils are going to hit the problem of basically bankruptcy. The government will then have to step in. Now, a lot of them are doing it deliberately. They're putting themselves in this bankruptcy position deliberately, because if a normal council went to increase council tax by more than 5%, it would need to have a local referendum of the people to ask permission. However, a council that's in financial difficulty and threatened with bankruptcy can put the council tax up as much as they like without a referendum. It strikes me that this law needs to change, this ruling anyway, it needs to change, and that any rise above 5%, for regardless of what reason, needs to be referendumed, if that's even a verb. But you know what I mean. And that way, let the people decide. Now, of course, guarantee when the council say, well, we need a 25% uplift, they're not going to get it. And so, therefore, the council will go to the wall. But that's fine. Let the council go to the wall. And then bring in a new council, but this time bring it in under new rules and say, hey, councillors, you don't get paid. You'll get your expenses. That's it. Bit of travel expense here and there, no worries. Not bothered, chipping in a bit of petrol, something like that. It's a bit of a way, fine. But when you're getting councillors earning £300,000 a year, it's a bit much. And the councils should only be doing what they absolutely positively have to do. They should not, for example, be funding little art projects or painting, zebra crossings in multicoloured, rainbow stripes and things like that. Get on, do the main job. Incidentally, talking of this, London Borough Council, Greater London Council, GLC, is absolutely bollocksed thanks to Khan and his idiocy. Everyone in the low emission zone who has had a fine between 2016 and 2021, that wonderful 5-year period, can now go back and get their money back. It's estimated somewhere in the region of £100 million will have to be refunded. This was after a judge said that the low emission zone signage was illegal. Well done. So go for it, bankrupt Khan. But up and down the country, these places are bankrupt. Now they're bringing in new rules, saying that road money, part of the funding, will only be given if councils prove that this money is being used to fill potholes. So basically, central government will give you money to fill the potholes. Now, the councils don't like this. They want the money to fill the potholes, but not necessarily to be used to fill the potholes. We need 10 million to fill the potholes. There's your 10 million. Aha, we're not going to spend it on potholes. Ha, we're going to spend it on pay rises. Well, that's going to stop. And so the rules are in that the money you're given for certain jobs has to be spent on those jobs. Again, good idea. But the problem is still not enough. Personally, I think that council tax should be abolished. I think that it should all be done on whatever very tricksy, clever algorithm is based on the number of people, the size, density. There's lots of little sort of dimensional functions that you can put in there. But you create this so that it's basically covered all from central taxation. You don't have to pay council tax. And that way you stop the madness of councils putting it up just for their own little vanity projects. Screw them. You want to be a councillor? Fine, you do it as a service. You get your expenses and we don't pay. It all comes out of central taxation. How's that? Does that work for you? Bloody well works for me. Let me know below. Thanks a lot. Bye.